Hello, well today I'm looking at why my Velux window is leaking and why we've got rot appearing in the bottom corner of the wooden frame. We've got water ingress running down the plaster. Now this window's oldest of three windows that I've got. This one's a couple of years older, probably about 10 years old. So all three of my Velux windows really do face the prevailing weather, which whips across from the southwest with very little shelter. So it's a pretty good test. Now these two windows are about 5 years old, so they're a few years newer than the one that's leaking, but they're on a shallower angle. These are on the 15-degree pitch, which is the absolute minimum you can have a Velux roof window on, but there's no sign of leakage from either. So the correct flashing kit has been used. All three windows, although the leaking one is older, all three windows were installed at the same time to the manufacturer's instructions. So that seems to rule out that as a cause. Now this is the window which is leaking. It's a slightly steeper pitch, it's about 18 degrees on this window, and again faces the southwest. Now if we look inside, we can see it's been raining, there's water sitting on this ledge, and how did that get there? What's caused all of that? Well, if we have a look from the inside during the rain, we can see about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches in from the corner. There's a couple of drips on the wooden framing. Well, how did they get in there? They seem to have fallen from somewhere directly above, and if we watch closely, there we go, that's where the water's coming in. So that's in the joint in the wooden framework inside. It's coming through there where the grey water damaged wood is. And if we have a look on the outside, we can see that joint, really the only way water can get into that joint is in the join between these two profiles. So you've got the bottom capping profile and then the side glazing profile, which holds the glass unit in. So that glazing profile goes up one side, there's a continuous strip around the top of the window and down the other side. So I decided to remove that profile to see if I could find out why the seal had failed where that overlaps onto the bottom capping profile. And I found that the glazing bead is sealed to the glass with a black bitumastic material, rubbery material, which was in very good condition where it was in contact with the glass. But over here, where it overlaps the bottom profile, the rubber had pretty much broken down and it wasn't really sealing at all, it was dry and crumbly. So I removed the profile on the three sides, opening the window and taking the screws out, and cleaned out all of the black bitumen using a scraper and white spirit so it was all nice and clean. I cleaned the glass as well, and I replaced it with a generous bead of silicone sealant. I should use clear rather, but I only had white lying around, so white it was. But generous bead was put in all the way around, especially in these bottom corners. Silicone is good for very high temperatures, it's good for hundreds of degrees, and when I put the screws back in I put some sealant under all the screw heads as well. And that was it, reassembled. Well, since I put the sealant in, we've had a couple of storms come through and it's been raining all night, so I just cracked the window open and there's nothing here at all. It's now completely dry, absolutely totally dry. So I think we can say we've solved the problem.